Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh Fan of ShowMeFootball.com and ArrowheadAddict.com. And guess what? The Kansas City Chiefs made another signing in free agency. I am actually on the road right now, traveling, and didn't get a chance to make this video right when the signing was reported like I usually like to. You know, life happens and I can't always have a video out the minute something happens, but I did want to get something out today with my thoughts in it. I wanted to make a video for you guys still, especially since this signing, of course you guys all know what it is, JuJu Smith-Schuster. This was one that I thought had a pretty good chance to happen, and one that I was like really excited about happening. And now that it's actually happened, I am absolutely pumped, and I love this signing for the Kansas City Chiefs. We all know the Chiefs needed another wide receiver. They needed a wide receiver too. Brett Veach hinted at getting another wide receiver this offseason. There were even reports that Patrick Mahomes was advocating for the Chiefs to sign a veteran receiver, and I think the connection to JuJu goes all the way back to last offseason when the Chiefs offered him a contract and he turned it down to go back to Pittsburgh for one more year. I think this time the two sides, they really wanted it to happen. I think JuJu knows that he made a mistake, and obviously the need was still there for Kansas City for a wide receiver too, so they turned back to JuJu this time as he hit free agency once again after that one-year deal with Pittsburgh. And I love this signing because I think JuJu is a perfect fit for this offense. And I know that's kind of cliche, perfect fit for the offense, good fit for the offense, but he really is, because the Chiefs needed an X receiver, and I think JuJu can play a little bit of the X, but I also think he can win from the slot. Absolutely, he has that versatility, inside and outside receiver, good route runner, someone that can actually get the attention of a defense, open things up for Kelsey and Hill, and when the focus is on Kelsey and Hill, he can succeed because he'll have single coverage and he can take advantage. And, you know, one criticism I've noticed from people about this signing before it happened and now that it's happened is, oh, well, he hasn't done anything since Antonio Brown left. Well, I don't know why people continue to say that as if it's some downside to signing JuJu. Well, the reason his production went down after AB left is because he's not a number one receiver, and he was being asked to do things that a number one receiver should do, and he's not that. He's a good number two, and that's what he's coming here to be. He's coming to be a number two receiver. He's going to be playing behind Kelsey and Hill, so the hope is that he will be able to get that production back that he had with the Steelers back when he had his 1,400-yard season under Antonio Brown. And he's still been pretty productive even after Antonio Brown has left Pittsburgh. Not quite to that level, but still productive. Obviously, this past season wasn't great for him because he had the shoulder injury that ended up knocking him out for the year, and his stock didn't really rise. But that's another reason I like this signing, is because he's cheap, and I told you guys he was going to be cheap because he didn't raise his stock at all this season. He was coming off a deal where he only signed for a year and wasn't that expensive. The Chiefs get him for 1 year, $10.5 million or so. And actually, if you guys look at the structure of the contract that was reported by Mike Garafolo, it's only got a $3 million base salary, and the rest is all incentives. So this is very incentive-laden. It's a very incentive-laden contract. I mean, he would have to earn the rest of the $10 million contract by hitting some of these milestones that I'm sure are listed in the contract, like get 50 catches or get 1,000 yards. And these are just arbitrary numbers, but that way you guys can kind of get a clearer picture. Some of the incentives in there will be reachable, and some of them will be non-reachable, and whatever ones that he can reach and that are reachable will count against the cap, assuming he hits them. But for now, this structure looks really nice, and it looks like another great contract by Brett Veach, because JuJu's base salary for this year is only $3 million, and it also means that the Chiefs can probably still make some moves, which is probably what you guys want to hear, because now that the Chiefs have that receiver, I'm sure a lot of you are saying, oh, now they need to go out and get defense. And I wholeheartedly agree. They need defense. They got to go out and get a pass rusher. They got to go out and get secondary depth. I know. And there's still free agents out there that can help them with that. But I think the one glaring need on offense was a wide receiver too. And now the Chiefs have that. They don't have to worry about it. They didn't spend too much money trying to make it happen. And, you know, they could still draft a receiver, but they don't have to because they have JuJu now. And now their offense has Tyreek Hill, JuJu JuJu Smith-Schuster, Travis Kelce, McCole Hardman, Patrick Mahomes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who I'm not a huge fan of, but I guess I have to throw him in there. But yeah, I mean, I love this signing. I mean, now that you have that third guy that is, a real threat on your offense, this is probably the closest thing we'll see to the 2018 Chiefs offense. If not, it could be the 2018 Chiefs offense, because this offense probably has a better offensive line. And honestly, Juju now at age 25 is probably better than Sammy Watkins when he came to the Chiefs. Sammy Watkins was a good receiver, but he had trouble staying healthy, and sometimes the production really wasn't all there from him, even though some of that was because he had to understand his role and accept his role of being, that third option in the passing game, and he wasn't always going to get the targets. But you get what I mean. But also, that's another thing I like about this Juju signing, is that I think Juju understands his role. I think he understands that he is a wide receiver too. And he said when he came here, there was a quote that came out earlier. He said something along the lines of he just really wants to win. He knows he's playing with a really good future Hall of Fame quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. And the reason he signed this contract that he did is so he can play really good potentially and then cash in next year. And I hope he does that. But also, I know some of you are probably wishing that this was a multi-year deal. You get Juju locked up for a couple years, but Juju's camp was smart to sign this contract for only 1 year so that he can try to cash in again. But there's still also a chance that the Chiefs really like what they see out of him. He really likes it here in Kansas City, and he signs an extension later on or signs a new multi-year deal with Kansas City, and that would be awesome. It would mean the signing worked. It would mean that he has performed really well here. And if he ends up going elsewhere, that's fine. But again, if he does, it probably means that, either one, he failed miserably, or two, he played really well, good enough to go and get paid somewhere else. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really see the negatives to this signing. I think it's a really good move. I think we all kind of saw it coming from day one. If you read the tea leaves, Juju was always coming here. He was also my pick because I thought he was a perfect fit for the offense because he's got pretty decent size. He's a pretty big dude, and he can definitely draw some attention from defenses, and I cannot wait to see him in this offense. This is the player that the Chiefs needed on offense for a long time. Now, the only other real thing they're probably missing is a right tackle if Lucas Niang doesn't pan out. And also, they probably need to add maybe another guy with more athleticism at running back. But besides that, I mean, this offense is absolutely loaded. They probably have the best offensive line in the AFC West. And now they've got a receiver group that they can stack up against anybody. I mean, that's a deadly offense. And McCole Hardman, if he can keep up what he did towards the end of the season, I mean, this offense is looking scary. So, I mean, also, I didn't even really mention this, but McCole Hardman, he's a beneficiary of this because now that the Chiefs have Juju, they can stop trying to force McCole Hardman into this role that he's not in and do what they did with him towards the end of last season and draw him up some more plays, in the deep passing game when teams are worried about the other three, Kelce, Hill, and Juju. I mean, I think this is a great signing all around. It's great for both sides, and I'm happy that JuJu Smith-Schuster is a Kansas City Chief, and also this is starting to make Brett Veach's free agency look much better than it was looking like. I know a lot of us were freaking out, including me, because these other AFC West teams, these other AFC teams are loading up. You needed to be able to respond and get a signing that made everyone go, oh yeah, the Chiefs, they're not done improving either, and now they've got JuJu Smith-Schuster, they've got Justin Reed, so this is a step in the right direction. I think there's more moves coming. Can't wait to see what they are, but wanted to get my thoughts out to you guys about this JuJu Smith-Schuster signing because I love it. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of the JuJu Smith-Schuster signing? Do you agree, disagree with anything I said? As always, let me know in the comments. You guys have been killing it in the comments on my last few videos with thoughts and feedback, and I really appreciate it. So keep it up. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this. And make sure you check out my work on ShowMeFootball.com and ArrowheadAddict.com. I will see you all in the next one.